Hello, and welcome back to our German 1890 campaign, Blood and Iron. I'm recording this immediately after the last episode. If you didn't watch it, I came down with a pretty bad cough and a head cold last night, and I feel pretty miserable today. And I'm not sure how I'm going to feel tomorrow, which is I usually record one day ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm recording the episode I would record tomorrow. I'm recording tonight because I'm not sure how I feel tomorrow. But in other good news, I just noticed on my dashboard that I'm up to 81 subscribers. I really wanted to get to 80, and you all got me to 81. So I appreciate you, each and every one of you, even those who don't subscribe if you watch, just anyone who happens to come by and share this fun little hobby that we have here. So if I'm a little bit subdued in my talking, I can't talk really loud because it makes me cough. And I can't talk a lot because it makes me cough. So you might hear me, clicking my mute button on my headset here during all of this while I sneeze and cough and stuff. But let's jump into the fray here. We reorganized our destroyers. We have a nice number of destroyers now. A lot of them are working up, but hopefully they'll be ready to go in a month or so. Let's run to save the game. It's always a good sign when the Brits decline a battle in their home waters. It's lovely. Let's keep the fight going. We're too deep now. We want to get some reward out of this. Okay. Anything the Russians can sink that belongs to the U.S. is good, because there's a chance that we end up fighting the U.S. So we're gonna build 4 of these Rhineland class. Okay. We're going to continue on. Well, we don't want to catch a raider all the way out there. These aren't our old Maru type corvettes loaded down with anti-ship missiles. So we're just going to max speed and run away. Hopefully, because we're catching a raider, they will also run away. But at least we perhaps disrupted that particular raid. So let's go back down to cruise speed. Okay. This sounds like we could do it. Let's press them for hard terms, because they're offering us a negotiated peace with us gaining border areas. So let's see if it works. It works. Excellent. Well, we get 6 points, which isn't nearly as much as I'd hoped. But is there anything valuable that we want here? Bermuda has oil. Newfoundland has oil. We could grab Bermuda, and that would give us a base of operations in the Caribbean. I think we already have one, but getting some oil would be nice. Some more oil. Not getting as many points as I had hoped, but I'll take it, I guess. I kind of just want to take some stuff around the Caribbean, or maybe the Indian Ocean. Yeah, let's see what we got in the Indian Ocean. We could take Madagascar. That'll do. So that'll give us 3 points worth of economic reparations. We gain a couple of colonies. And our budget's going to get crushed here. Okay. A fairly satisfying end to the war. Considering we were getting ganged up on, and there was a chance the U.S. would jump in and get, um, no need to push things too hard. Nice. So we cut oil in Bermuda up here, and it has base capacity of 50, which is pretty nice. So we've got, let's see here, about 60 base capacity in the Caribbean. Then we gained a little bit more base capacity here in the Indian Ocean. We're up to 50 now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these old destroyers. They stepped in and they held their own during that war, but they are obsolete and they are very small. And other than that, we're just aiming to save some money here until we can get a budget event or something. So we're just going to push on and we're going to hope for some budget. We did get anti-air as like a potential technology we could focus on. I think we're just going to leave it on medium. And we're going to put heavier than air or lighter than air technology on low. We have an advantage there, so maybe it'll count as like medium or something, but Zeppelins really are a dead end, so we're going to save the game. And we're going to push on. Middle Congo, we can get some tension out of that. So let's give it a shot. Nice. Gives us a little bit more base capacity there in Western Africa. We finished building our 6-inch guns. We can convert something over to light carriers. So what could we convert? Maybe these Blucher class. So let's see if we can convert a couple of these. So let's go for rebuild. Let's replace the machinery. Let's give it a flight deck with air capacity of like 10. We're going to strip off the secondaries and we'll leave these 7-inch guns. Now is that cool? That works. We can give it a director, can improve the main guns. Oh, we have to remove the guns, so clear them. Let's go back to central firing. Can we increase the speed? No. So it gives us 15 aircraft on these light carriers. These things they're just meant to exist. The whole point of these is they exist and they provide us with carrier research. So we will make both of these. There we go. We're going to save the game. we can raise tension in order to keep our budget. So we're back up to yellow tension with France again. I wish we could, but we can't build another battleship. We can get some budget in exchange for some tension. And I know we're shooting back up here with France, but it should come back down with the whole, you know, as the war ends, tensions lower. It's time to get rid of these old battleships. Farewell. They're just too slow, like 18 knots. So we got a privately built torpedo bomber. Max speed isn't as good. So no, we're not going to buy it. So it looks like the Russians are losing ships. Just destroyers. Compromise peace between the US and Russia. We don't want the Virgin Islands. But we did get superimposed guns on heavy cruisers, which means when we get the money and the time, we can start building some new heavy cruisers. So here is the Ticonderoga class. Yeah, they're just speedy with lots of guns. Okay. We get some budget by blaming, let's say, the USA. And we do have light AA available now, but it's not really necessary yet. We can refit our battleships down the road. Okay, looks like our budget is back in order. We get about, I don't know, is that 40 some months worth of budget at this rate? We're gonna try and get some budget off of Russia. Nope, I don't think we got anything. Here's the Verite class. 14-inch guns, 21 knots, good armor. Just a very workhorse type battleship. Now we should have the advantage in terms of raw firepower with our 16-inch guns. So there's the improved fighter craft. We will sell to the US. They're a technology like powerhouse, so they're going to get this anyway. And this gives us 2 months worth of budget. Improved 10-inch guns. Don't know if we have those on any of our ships. We kind of skipped from 8 inches on our heavy cruisers to 11 inches on the Prussians. Yeah, we'll sell to the US again. Get another 2 months worth of budget out of it. Save the game. Now our submarines are really bad. So we're going to get rid of the coastal submarines because their reliability is just too low. They weren't sinking anything during the last war. So we're just going to put that into building. Oh my God, how are we going to build 4 battleships? I don't think it's possible, but we can give it a try. We are in the positive on the budget, so we could design some. No, we don't want to do that. Let's go down to like 8,000 tons. Let's go down to 10-inch guns. So we're increasing the guns, and we're deleting the extra turrets. We're going to slow it down. Down to 15 knots. We're going to strip off all these secondaries. We're going to put the belt down to like a 7-inch belt, a 1-inch extended, 1-inch upper. The deck's going down to 1 inch, and the extended deck is going down to 1 inch. Hmm. So how the heck do we get? Do they have to be 11 inches and above? What about 12? .5-inch deck. Oh, I bet it has to have some secondaries. There we go. Now we decrease the gun size. We decrease the secondaries. We're going to take the turret armor down to 6-inch. We can shrink the displacement, lower the gun size, shrink the displacement, go down to 1-inch deck. Okay, there we go. And I bet we could get even smaller if we get rid of some of the ammunition. Okay, so this is about as cheap as we can make these. 883 per month. We need to make 4 of these. These things are destined to be scrapped, but we're just using them to get prestige and budget. So these will be the Gold Digger 3s. Okay. Yep, that's about as cheap as we can make them. Okay, we just took another 70 or so off the monthly cost. Okay, let's save and finish this. And okay, we will auto add aircraft. Auto add aircraft. Looks like we're a little bit over. Okay, there we go. The things we do to make a buck in this game. Okay. We still need to look into some potential upgrades on some of our other ships, but our budget's going to be a little bit tied up for a while. Yeah, sure. We don't want to make them mad and lose the prestige. That's the whole reason why we're doing this. And we're not going to leak our technology. 17-inch guns are available now, but we'll stick with the 16s for now. We can get, we'll take part in a multinational force. Actually, let's try and lower tension with France a little bit. Cool. Keeps us in the yellow. Okay, inflexible class. There's the above water torpedo tubes for cruisers. But we have a lot of building happening right now. We can't take time off to start constructing anything new or refitting. So we need to build 4 of these things. Italy and the US are friends now. Venezuela. We could take Venezuela. That might be some oil or something. Nice. Get anything good out of it? Hey, we got more oil. Very cool. So we got a nice little base of operations in the Caribbean there. Sorry, I don't know if I managed to mute myself in time there. Cool. So we get our prestige. Improved directors. So we'll be able to finish off the Rhinelands. We'll be able to finish those off with the new directors. We're not going to bother with the gold diggers. But we can also upgrade the Hessen class with better rangefinders. But the problem is that it's going to cost a bunch of money and we just don't have it right now. We can blame Russia for get some tension from Russia. We're trying to get something back up into the yellow so they don't carve away our budget. See, we're getting reduced due to the recent war. I'm going to join an international squadron to get some budget and some tension. Okay. I know I'm getting some pop-ups about the aircraft, but they're not really like, none of these aircraft matter very much right now. They're just so dumpy. They're not going to accomplish anything. So let's see if we can't. These are 1894. So these blue shirts might just be done. So let's look at our Hessian class. We're going to rebuild them. We're going to replace the machinery with oil turbines. Gives us some speed. We can give increased elevation, we can give improved director, and we can put directors on the secondaries. Very nice. So they go up to 21 knots, which is still slow for this era. But getting an extra knot of speed, getting the oil turbines will help with like mechanical issues. So we will start rebuilding 4 of these. It's going to take a year. We're going to sell to the Balkans, get some tension, get some budget. Very cool. I might have to hold off on budget events from now on. Yeah, let's sell to Russia. Gives us about 4 months worth of money. Let's see here. We need some carrier divisions. Hang on, let's dissolve, 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 and then we're going to call this, I'm going to start numbering these like this, because we have 4 battle divisions. So if we start at 5 on these, we can assign cruisers and whatnot to escort them around. So we don't want to assign heavy cruisers, we want to assign light cruisers. So we're going to set the division role to support the carrier division. We're going to support the carrier division. Support and support. We're going to do the same with our destroyers. So we're going to support the associated carrier division. So 5 goes to 5, 6 goes to 6. Funny enough, this scrolling is making my head a little bit dizzy. Okay. Support. And there we go. We're going to save the game because that's done. That's just an annoying thing to have to worry about. And then we're going to assign these to the 8th carrier division. Just get them out of the way. We're getting unrest. We are getting unrest, so we're to spend a prestige to possibly avoid going too deep on the budget. All right, we can purpose build light carriers. We may build one. We got just a few months left on these Rhinelands, so we're just going to keep on going. This is the 1918 British light cruiser, the Cleopatra class. See, they got some dual purpose guns on there. Some light AA. we could gain a prestige by shaking up the first battle division. I mean, we got an above average admiral in there, but there's no immediate war on the horizon, so this could give us a chance to at least see what this guy's about. Okay. We'll sell to France, sure. All right, let's design purpose-built light carrier. We don't want this thing to be very big. $13, so we got to go down. Okay. Well, let's slow it down, and we'll make it smaller. In fact, we'll slow it down even more. These little light carriers they're just there. They just exist so that we have carriers in service, so the research doesn't get a penalty on it. Okay, they're still surprisingly expensive. We could shrink the belt. Wow, 31 aircraft. We're gonna lower that a bit. Didn't take a whole lot off the cost, did it? Well, either way, we'll build one of these, and then we'll replace it eventually. So we've got some battleships that have finished up. Let's go and try to rebuild our Prussians. So we replace the machinery. We probably can't go any fast. Well, we could get a little bit faster. We'll give them an improved director. We'll take away some of the 3-inch guns. Can't go any faster than 21 knots, though. Yeah. So you know what? These Prussians might be done. Yeah, all these heavy cruisers are just old. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our excess money right now because we unlocked superimposed turrets on these cruisers. So we can get a nice 28 knot heavy cruiser. We can give it a double turret. Is that allowed? It is. We give it torpedo protection. We can give it 9-inch guns. Try to slow it down. We'll add another 500 tons of displacement, maybe? What if we give them double turrets? Are we allowed to do that? We are. So these are 6-inch double turrets. We can go down to 5-inch double turrets. We lowered the caliber of the weapons, so we need to put some more ammo in here. There we go. The Friedrich Karl class. And it's just a general purpose armored cruiser, gunboat. It's got decent armor. It's got good weapons, 9-inch guns. They're quality 1 guns too, that's important. And it's got a little bit of light AA on it. Okay. We could build like 4 of these. We could be crappy towards someone here. We'll be crappy towards Great Britain. Although I'm not sure I should have done that because that might mess with our unrest. All right, here's the new torpedo bomber. It's got the same speed for cruise, but it's got better range. So we'll take it. Let's save the game. We're going to wait for the last Rhineland to be finished. Let's not leak any technology. And then we're going to build 1 of these. And then once these Hessians are finished, I'm going to start reassigning them to the 2nd battleship division. Let's give up prestige to avoid causing tons of tension everywhere. All right, let's build 4 of these Friedrich Karls. Let's look at our Cone class. These are some of our newest light cruisers. Maybe like half of them, just in case it ends up being an expensive rebuild. So replace machinery, give them oil. We can increase the speed to 28. Is that allowed? It is. We can give it a better director with increased elevation. And that's really about it. We don't want to go ham with it. These are just pretty light gunboat type cruisers. So we're just going to save that. And we'll rebuild 5 of them. Nice. The alliance is broken up. So my first instinct is to try to get budget, but we risk making our people angry. All right. Once the Hessians are done, there, yep. So we reduced the spending anyway. But we're still in pretty good condition as far as money goes. Okay. There's a lot happening right now, but none of it really affects us. So that goes into the 2nd battleship division, and then these go into the 1st. I think we're going to start rebuilding these cones now. All right, so we are in some red, but that's okay. Our budgets, our treasury or funding is getting a little bit high, and we risk, I mean, sure, we'll gain a prestige. It's probably some loser. Here's the new torpedo bomber. It's finished. Our Broxwald class um, corvettes are obsolete, but we should be able to rebuild them with just a basic machinery replacement. Yeah, we're not going to get fancy with it. These are just transport escorts, essentially. We'll sell to Austria for sure, because when are we ever going to fight them? That's a whole month worth of budget deficit. We're losing our attention everywhere because of the recent war. Anyhow, I'm not feeling great, and we're at 40 minutes here. So I'm going to go ahead and save this one. I'm going to copy it. This episode should come out. So today is, we're past midnight. So the one I just recorded is coming out later today at noon. And this one here should come out on the 19th. So if you have anything you want to say, like, hey, Tiny, you forgot to do this, or you forgot to do that, please don't get mad if I don't fix it in the next episode. Or fix it in this, I haven't fixed it in this episode because this is pre-recorded an extra day ahead. Anyhow, I appreciate all of you. I'll see you next time and sail safe out there.